supposedly in the dark, researching things from the same position of ignorance, trying to figure things out. This time he calls me and says this, with it as though it was absolutely certain, and then he starts kind of laughing about it maniacally. And then he told me that I had to be tortured. I was Mercury and I had to be tortured. And then he used a metaphor. Told me what the metaphor meant exactly, that it had to do with dying and your soul going to the other side. And then he told me that that's what I needed to do. He essentially told me to kill myself.
So Kyle told you to kill yourself? Really? And I'm the fucking murderer. Okay, Kyle told you to kill yourself.
I politely hung up the phone, pretending like I didn't know what he meant. Then after I got off the phone with him, I went to my Facebook to look at his Facebook and found more threatening messages there and pictures of him laughing maniacally that had just been posted that were new. So anyway, it was right about that time. See, this email came in at 11 a.m. I think this was probably about 2 hours after that phone conversation.
That timing is not accidental. All of these timing on these emails are purposeful. So note what she just said.
Jamie Espy says to me, "Dear Tracy Twyman, I hope this email finds you safe and sound. Hey, listen, could you call off your Facebook phone friend, Kyle? I serious. I was only trying to help you with our protection ritual. And your friend Kyle," look how he puts it in all caps. Your friend Kyle. Your friend, Kyle. Kyle has twisted and concocted the most insane take on my work and is causing unnecessary personal harassment. I'm sure you know what that feels like. So, I come to you civilly and ask for your assistance in this matter before your friend, Kyle, inadvertently causes some else, who is not as kind as me, to come pay you a real visit this time. Here's to you, Ms. Twyman. Your friends are far worse than your enemies, but we, your enemies, know where you sleep. Peace into you, Jamie Espy.
Come to you civilly? Tell me again how this email is a death threat. She just read it herself. Okay, tell me again how this email was a death threat. Can you not read? Can you not listen? Can you not hear the words that I chose and selected to put in this email? Some people see what they want to see.
And then when I went to his website, which I do not recommend anybody should do not go there. You will get hit with tracking cookies. The surveillance will begin on you.
Defamation count number 7012. Thank you so much, Tracy Twyman.
But when I went to his website, I found all sorts of posts that were, for one thing, all cryptic and weird. But they were all about hypnosis and influencing people's dreams.
You know what they weren't about? Child trafficking, pedophilia, and all the other disgusting shit that she made her mountain on. That's what wasn't in there.
Oi! And, I also found his YouTube channel, which I've talked about in the past, where he had a video where he theorizes that a strange incident that had happened, I think in 2017, with Wendy Williams kind of collapsing on stage and getting a little bit disoriented mentally before that happened. He theorizes that she's having something projected into her mind, into her, inner eyes, into her inner vision. And that's why she starts freaking out and then collapses live on television. And then he just says, make it that way you will. Also, there weren't any videos about it, but on the same YouTube channel from Jamie Espy, which is called Godfather of Good Dreams.
That's Godfather of Good Memories, and you can see the exact video she's talking about on my current YouTube channel.
He talks about how there's going to be a series of videos about interpreting body language. So that was what that was presented, as though he was interpreting body language.
There was no as though there. It was a body language video for body language analysis.
But really, it was put up there to try to brag or threaten or put out the idea that he can project thoughts and images directly into a person's mind, and that it has been done to Wendy Williams.
I never said that. She said that. This fits in with her narrative. She just carves a narrative of her own. I never said any such a thing.
This is the guy threatening me. The other thing you find is that he owns this campground. So you'll see what we're talking about. Here's where Isaac Cappy died. This is where the actual campground is, but the office and the address that's listed is in Williams.
Boy, this one drove the wackadoos absolutely wild. Why is the campground listed in Williams and it's way, way far from downtown? Nutso, they went because of her words. And if you had used the 3 active brain cells in your head and looked at a map, not all cities and counties and things are built or constructed as a square. Williams, Arizona has a very strange and funny shape. Look it up.
Cappy, according to his roommate's next door neighbor who's been doing the periscopes, going over his debit card records.
Who? The sisters, boyfriends, neighbors, co-workers, great uncles, pastor? Who?
Said that he was going back and forth between Belmont and Williams on that last day. And then he got a flat tire in a Days Inn that was near Belmont. Greenleaf Canyon Campground is here now. That's owned by Jamie Espy. Let me tell you more about him.
Oh yes, please tell me more, will you?
Let me tell you what was happening on the Greg Carlwood Higher Side Chats forum, which I was unaware of because I wasn't reading it. But this was happening the whole time that I was chit-chatting with Kyle. Kyle, is it serious? Who, in this message from Jamie, he's trying to see how he puts your friend, Kyle, in all caps.
Because Kyle Prindeville was your best buddy. Your best buddy.
He calls him my Facebook phone friend, which he shouldn't have known unless, for one thing, he was, in fact, one of the people surveilling me, and also, if possibly, he is Kyle, or was friends with Kyle.
No, I am not friends with Kyle Prindeville. This is the jackass that when I went to do the protection ritual on Peckerwood's Facebook forum to try to bring down some white energy around her, this is the guy that was starting all the crap and talking all the negative bullshit, ego, insanity. Anybody that was in that chat knows. The very same guy I beseeched Mr. Holier-than-thou Peckerwood for assistance. But no, he knew what was going on all along. That's his buddy. You can see exactly the email that I wrote him, word for word, in the Tracy Twyman is Alive blog entry on jamiesb.com.
And he's in on it with Kyle, which is what he's trying to imply. Also, I had not talked in public at all about the electronic harassment and personal harassment I was getting. But he alludes to that as though to say, I'm the person doing it, or I'm involved with the people doing it. And he ends by saying, your friends are far worse than your enemies, but we, your enemies, know where you sleep. So he's trying to tell me that, Kyle is my enemy, which is exactly what Kyle acted like last time I talked to him.
And yes, that's exactly what I was trying to tell you, Tracy. Kyle was your enemy. Was he not?
And recently I got an email from Greg Carlwood after not talking to him for a year, where he said that Kyle had been hospitalized after this for schizophrenia. And he implied that it was my research. Well, he said that it was the research we were doing at that time that drove him to that state of mind where he got hospitalized against his will.
Oh yeah, but I'm the creep. Or what else did Peckerwood say? What did you say, Peckerwood? Creepy? I got your creepy right here. In fact, I think you already know that.
And diagnosed with schizophrenia for talking to me and getting, deep into the same research. This is according to Carlwood. Deep into this research about the pedo stuff going on YouTube and all the clues, the patterns that we were seeing and we were discussing together, and the harassment that was coming from that also, coming because we had talked in public about our research, and because we had, I had tried to report it to the FBI. So anyway, as I'm, that whole week between the 10th and the 15th of last year when I was talking to Kyle and also getting heavily harassed,